Alright, we're back out here again on the Faux Fitty Bow. And you can see I took one of the heads off. And I definitely did not drop it on the ground. One little whoopsie daisies about this. If you look here, and it's pretty bad, there's a crack. Going all the way up from in there, down into there, and then up, down through there. That's a pretty bad crack. Yes, sirree. It is also cracked. You can't really see it, but right there, you can see some of the coolant has dripped down and rusted, but it's cracked pretty bad, actually, all the way across there. So we got a pretty cracked block here, which is unfortunate, given we have about $1,000 of parts for this. Now, we might just kind of braze that and hope it goes well. We do have a brand new, probably never run, big block 454 right here. But we're not going to use this. This is for something a little bit nicer. Unfortunately. So yeah, we got one head off. Crack is pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Alright, young man pulled the heads off and did a few other things. Pulled the oil pan. He couldn't get the balancer off. And I started messing with it and I said, man, this thing's coming off hard. And then I realized, I don't know what I'd done with it, but the big washer that goes under the bolt, he didn't take that out. That's why it wouldn't come off. Took me a minute to figure that one out. Anyway, while he's off doing what teenage boys do, I've drilled some holes here, about every ½ inch, and I run these self tappers in there. I think they're stainless, until most of them twisted off, which seemed about right. And then I V'd that out and I'm gonna braze it. We'll see what happens. Right? I feel like I should have a good Wisconsin accent for this. Let's go do her, boys. That didn't sound very good, did it? Anyway, I'm gonna give it a shot. Well, there it is. I don't know how successful it is. I had a little crack go that way and up there. It's kind of ugly. It's still warm, but I think it was gonna crack. It had cracked by now, so tomorrow we'll see what it did to the deck. But my hope is, I welded a block on a tractor one time. It was an inline 4-cylinder, and it cracked there and it pulled the deck down. So I did it on a 350 Chevy. Of course, I never checked nothing. I just welded it. It was cracked right there. I just kept welding it till it quit cracking, and it ran fine ever after. I don't know what all it did to it, but I didn't know no better. I still don't know no better. I'm just trying it to see if it'll work. And y'all can learn at my expense. Alright, Saturday morning. I have didn't detect any cracks in my previous repair. But here's the bad stuff. It's all bad, but look there, it's cracked. To right about there. I'm gonna try it. What the heck? I'm gonna braze it up and see what happens. The bore on this thing, there's extremely little ridge. Of course, it's got flat top pistons, not desirable. I'm gonna try it. Unorthodox, not accepted. Don't try this at home. I'm just doing this for an experiment. Kind of a costly one, but I'm doing it. Alright, I drilled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes in it and put some bolts in it, self tappers. and they broke off, and I've ground it out pretty good. I'm gonna try braising it up. Let's see what happens. All right, there it is. It's kind of tricky to do because the varying thicknesses of the cast iron keep it hot enough. Anyway, what I did was I'd braise a little bit and then tap it with a ball peen hammer. Try to peen it a little. And then once I got done, I just kept the torch in these areas, trying to keep it warm. She's still pretty hot, but let's see what happens. If it don't crack, I had to build some up on the deck here, so we'll have to grind that off and get it as flat as possible. This is a real redneck repair. Don't try this at home, but I'll let you know how it turns out. As usual, this thing's turned into more of a project than I was planning on, but here we are. So I think what I'm going to do, I got this thing pretty dirty. I wasn't going to pull the rotating assembly out of it, but I think I'm gonna, so I just got to clean it up. Hit it with a quick comb probably. I think it's ugly, but I think it's going to be okay. There's a little bit of a divot right there. But I don't know. I don't know. It might be okay. I hate to heat it up again. It's ugly. It's ugly, but that's alright. I think I'm going to let her eat. See what happens. Leave in the comments below what you would do. You wouldn't use that brand new 454 right there, would you?
Alright guys, Little Miss Heavy Chevy here. We are going to go outside and see what Mr. Heavy Chevy is up to. Got lots of water down here. What's going on?
On this side so you don't see it.
That's water.
Pretty nasty.
It is pretty nasty.
This isn't how you do this. Don't do this at home.
Don't do this at home. But we're going to do it at home.
Well, I've determined this is a waste of time. After I cleaned it up, pressure washed it, I don't know if it shows up in the camera there, but there's a crack extending towards the lifter bore. I'm afraid if I do anything any closer, I can't get an old lifter in it right now. It's gonna mess that up. And then the young man here pointed out there's another crack right there, and another one right there. So I,
Right there.
and another one there. So I think this, it's gonna be foolish to try to use this thing. It'd be interesting to see if it lived, but with that crack that close to that lifter bore, it might keep going. So I think where that one's a wrap. This thing's good for a crank and some rods, and that's it. The rest is junk. We got a bad motor. That's what happens when you roll the dice. I haven't decided yet, but I just wheeled this one over, which is, I believe, a new never run 454. I think it was a marine engine that never got marined. So it's just got valve covers and an intake sitting on it. So I'm gonna take a look here, but probably that's what I'm gonna do. The boy wants a big block. The one option I had is junk. Let's see what this looks like. Let's just see. All right, I'd say she's brand new. Look at that. The other one was falling off the timing gear. It was so wore out. We're gonna find out in a minute. Never fired. Still had the assembly grease on the cam. There's no markings on the cam, so I can't really know what it is. But since it had a nylon timing gear, I suspect it's a stock cam. It did have a cam button on it though. I don't think that's stock. Everything is new. It's just a little dirty. New valve springs. It's got 041 heads. The date code on the head is L213, I think. I don't know what that means. I'd have to look it up. But it doesn't say high performance, so we're probably screwed.
Yeah, that means everything.
Well, it needs new guide plates and 3/8 push rods and probably roller rockers. That's another $500 easy. God grief. If you're going to do that, you might as well get a high capacity oil pan. This is my motor.
All right, I'll let you buy all the good stuff for it.
Yeah, that's real convenient. Clearly, never fired. Look, it's still got the grease in the rods. Assembly lube. No oil pump on it. Appears to have been set up for a windage tray. Maybe. I don't have a windage tray. Maybe I'll get one. I think that's a car oil pan. And right there it says B&A speed. Who that is. Or BTA speed. It's got brass soft plugs in it. Let's pull the plugs and try to look in the cylinder and see what sort of pistons does it have. I can't really tell for sure because I don't have one of them nifty little bore scope things. But you can see the crosshatch in the cylinders. I think they might be flat top pistons, but I ain't for certain. So this is probably Not a very high compression engine. Probably. But it is an engine, and it's new.
And it's a big block.
And it's,
454.
and it's a 454. All right. Well, now we got to determine what our game plan is.